Hey, all my movie maniacs out there, welcome to the Final Cut. Mark the Movie Man here, and horror! We've got more horror wide release. Though the last horror film I saw on the big screen just a little while ago, The Darkness, left a bad taste in my mouth. There is a film that I've been waiting for because it did look interesting, and it is The Conjuring 2. Yes, the sequel to the film The Conjuring, where once again we get the story of the Warrens. And this is after they handled the Amityville case, where now they travel to North London, where they help a single mother who is raising 4 children alone, and their house is possessed by a dark spirit. And with the help of the Warrens, they try to investigate who the spirit is, what it wants, and what they can do to help banish this spirit and give this family some peace. But the spirit does not go quietly, and this spirit is rather familiar, and we see how things unfold in a very scary and creepy way in The Conjuring 2. James Wan wowed us with Saw, and I've liked, for the most part, everything pretty much he's dished out. The Insidious 2, he didn't direct Insidious 3. I even liked Furious 7, and the first Conjuring film I did thoroughly enjoy. And let me tell you, I really loved The Conjuring 2. This is a modern horror film that is very creepy and also has some classic horror flair to it. James Wan really knows how to hit those beats and those tropes and do those well, to where not everything is a jump scare. Now, there is about 4 or 5 jump scares, a couple more than I care to have, but I will say there are plenty of just creepy out of the corner of your eye moments, shadow moments, and just in your face moments, which I thought was great. You don't see that a lot in other horror filmmakers. They're always trying to just get you with the jump scare or whatnot, or when all the lights are on, creepy stuff doesn't happen. Not the case in The Conjuring 2. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, I could see a whole series with them as Ed Lorraine Warren. Love the chemistry between these two, and what we wanted from the first one, we get in this one. We get more of them. We get to learn more about them. I really found their story interesting, and the characters very interesting, based off of the real life investigators, Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren. I just loved these characters and this chemistry between them. I really felt a strong bond with them and a connection with them, and you don't want bad things to happen to them. You want them to kick ass, but they do get their asses kicked quite a bit as well, as the demons they fight, especially in The Conjuring, are quite strong. Now, who should also be mentioned here is Madison Wolfe, who plays the little girl Janet, who seems to be the target of this demon. Great performance by her. Keep an eye out for her. She's going to have really strong career. She's experienced as far as TV and a few films, but I have a feeling she's really going to get some parts, especially after doing this film. There's just some really powerful moments, even moments when it's quiet. There's a scene between Lorraine Warren and Janet on the swings, and Madison just plays this so well, and it's a creepy moment, and there's nothing really going on, and that's some of the magic that James Wan does have in here. You can see the influences and the angle he's going for by giving you more of a classic horror feel. It is set in the late 70s, so he's giving it a little bit of a 70s horror flair. With that, some people might find some of the shticks that he uses in here a little bit cheesy. Not too many, but just a couple. But I didn't mind, because it's set in the late 70s, so it kind of had that Exorcist type of feel to it. So I really enjoyed that angle as well. For the most part, this is a solid horror film. You got your lots of creepy atmosphere going on. You got some great horror moments in here. But the only thing that got with me was that it overstayed its welcome just a bit. And I know it sounds odd, but I think this film could have trimmed up a little bit in the middle and kept things moving just a little bit more. Now, don't get me wrong, I do really enjoy the creepy scenes that we end up getting, and we even get a poltergeist moment in here. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. So, you know, for the most part, I really enjoyed it, but it just seemed to, while I was enjoying the scenes, going, let's get to, you know, and it wasn't me just being anxious. There were just some trimmings that it could have done in the middle that I think could have helped shore it up a little bit and made it an even tighter horror film. But even with all that, James Wan's got another hit on his hands, a very creepy horror film, and one of the better modern horror filmmakers out there. I give Conjuring 2 4.5 4.5 stubs. I gave the first one 4. I guess with this one 4.5 stubs. Not quite 5, mostly because I thought it overstayed its welcome. There is a little bit of CGI in here, but when he's got the practical effects, oh man, and that demonic nun you may have seen in the trailer in here, played by Bonnie Aarons, great, creepy character. Would love to see more of her. Used her very, very well in this film, just at the right moments, and she will definitely make your skin crawl as she's supposed to. So check out Conjuring 2. I recommend it. Go see it on the widescreen. Great sound design with the surround sound and with an audience who's going to jump along with you, chuckle along with you, and gasp along with you, which is what's always fun about the theatrical experience. Thank you so much for watching us, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.